Hey everyone, Ghost of Orchids here and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that I've been putting off talking about because it's really painful. It is grief, it is loss. And believe me, if I can get through this without crying, it'd be a miracle. I'm 30 now, I'm nearly 31. But when I was about 12 or 13 I lost my dad. Not due to anyone's fault nor accident, just horrid luck with genetics. He had a heart attack and unfortunately could not be revived. He died despite the best efforts from ambulance crew and doctors. What I realised was that grief for me wasn't the 7 stages. It was hard, it was harsh, and it was unfair. I was angry at everyone, as mad as that might sound, and at those who had a parent and did not appreciate their efforts. For example, I remember getting seriously mad in high school because a girl said she hated her dad for getting the wrong colour iPhone when I begged and pleaded every god I could think of for just 5 more minutes with mine. The school system was not helpful to me at all. Despite having just lost a parent, I was told I had to go into school. This was about a week after his death. I was sent back in far before I was ready, and I had to face the people wishing me well, offering sympathy and support, when all I wanted was just space to process grief, to not be labelled the girl who just lost her dad, and I felt like I couldn't have either of those. I just felt very swamped and very trapped, and like I had to put on a brave face, because otherwise I'd get talked about even more in high school, and that's not something that I ever wanted. And to this day, it's not something I like being. I'm not the type that likes to be the centre of attention. What helped me get through grief was writing about it. I poured all my feelings into a diary with one of those crappy locks that any adult with the slightest bit of strength can break, and a pen that was attached to it that was pretty awful, if I'm honest, and very quickly ran out of ink. I also found distractions, gaming, reading, even knitting at the time. Not that I knit that much anymore, I prefer to crochet. But what really got to me was that people years later, about 2 or 3 years after he died, telling me I should have moved on by now. But even to this day, I cannot help but wonder what he'd been like if he was alive now. What he'd be doing. Would he be getting ready to retire? Probably not, he wasn't the type. Would he be a solicitor by now because he was a lawyer and he was going down the path to become a solicitor? What clients would he have had? What kind of dates would he have had? Where would we have lived now because we moved out of the area I was born in after he died? Would we have stayed there? All these things still run through my head because it's natural to be curious, to wonder about the what-ifs. And don't get me wrong, I had my family to lean on, but I didn't always want to lean on them because they were also grieving. Especially my mother, who was there when he had his heart attack, who for the longest time blamed herself for his death, who asked herself if she could have done something to help him, when honestly, she couldn't. Grief is cruel. If anybody at all wants to get in touch with me, you need an ear, someone to game with, I'm happy to try and be there. Just please, even if it isn't me, reach out to somebody. Let them know, especially if you're struggling. Let them know. Don't do what I did and sit in a bubble and act like everything was okay and break down when no one was looking. It's not healthy. I had to accept my grief. I had to deal with that grief. I still to this day deal with a touch of it. It doesn't go away. You learn to live with it. You always know it's there. It's in the corner of the room, but you can ignore it most of the time. But sometimes it hits. If you need anybody, once again, I beg you to please reach out to somebody. A counsellor, a teacher if you're in school, a professional, HR, anybody. A counsellor, anybody you can think of, please. Even Samaritan's helplines. various charity helplines will listen. I'm asking you, please, don't do what I did. Because I went down a very dark path, and I'm lucky to be alive from that path. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. I do apologise that this has been a very dark video, and yeah, I couldn't do it without crying, but hey. You are all worth it. You are all beautiful people, and you deserve the best in life. And I know life can be cruel. It throws curveballs, and it is a pile of, excrement. But if you need somebody, please don't hesitate to get in contact. Thank you.